Sunny spells and scattered showers, but a brighter day ahead for many of us, but the outlook turns colder. I'll have all the details of that and more coming up on Good Morning Britain.
Wednesday.
What sort of impact are we about to see?
Genuinely, it is unimaginable. And yes, there's life-threatening, but the terms that forecasters are using in their forecasts, like life-threatening, catastrophic, inundation, you know, there's nobody alive in Florida who will have seen a storm this powerful. That is the scale that we are looking at, and it's the 5th lowest pressure of any hurricane that has ever been recorded in the Atlantic Basin. So this will become historic. So let me talk you through what is happening and why. The large problem is that it's been tracking its way, the hurricane, right across the Caribbean. And that means it's now a powerful Category 5 hurricane. It was briefly downgraded to a 4. It's now come back up to the 5. That's only happened a few times in the history. And we are looking at winds of 160 miles an hour, sustained. 200-mile-an-hour gusts. We're looking at rainfall of up to a foot and up to a 15-foot storm surge. It's 245 miles to the southwest at the moment, heading its way to this Tampa Bay area. It's set to push this wall of water here. 3 to 8 foot is our storm surge, right the way from the north of Florida all the way to the south. That is over people's heads. We have 10 to 15 feet within this area, and it will make landfall somewhere between Tampa Bay and Fort Myers by this time tomorrow morning. So you have this wall of water. Let me show you what that's going to do. The wall of water is the most troubling thing. But as we said, you have a foot's worth of rainfall and you have 200-mile-an-hour gusts of wind. But it's this wall of water that is set to pile in into the coastline. So let's look at what 3 foot of water looks like. 3 foot of water is enough to flood the basement of a house, start to move into the lower ground floor, start to move a car. It would make it very difficult for you to walk through. Picking up potholes, you could fall into those. But 5 to 6 feet is going to affect millions of people right down that western coast of Florida. That will move cars. You will start to see that debris flying that we saw that's been piling up on the roadside from the previous hurricane that hit just last week. You'll have gas spills, potentially chemicals within there. But that is just best-case scenario. We're looking at 10, if not 15 feet storm surge, a huge wall of water. And this isn't going to be calm water. This will be ferocious water with white caps, with all of these floating cars. All of everybody's ground floors will be completely flooded. People trying to find their way to higher ground, maybe the tops of their building. And if they do so, they'll then be meeting those 200 gust mile-an-hour winds. And that is why they've put these
of the path of Hurricane Milton.
It will definitely feel much more autumnal as we head through the next few days because we have a change in wind direction thanks to an ex-hurricane. Ex-hurricane Kirk is set to move its way into France in the next 12 hours. They have red warnings in force here, 200 millimetres of rainfall, wind gusts of up to 80, maybe 90 miles an hour, thankfully staying south. Good morning to you. You will notice a real chill in the air as we head through the next few days as our wind direction changes. But why? It is down to the remnants of a hurricane. Not Milton over the other side of the Atlantic, but Kirk. This one is making its way right across France. Here they have red warnings in force for torrential rain and strong winds. And as that clears to the south of the northwards, but at least we're greeted by sunshine. So a chill is how things look as we head through the next 7 days. A big tumble in our temperatures, but a change in weather type as well. So let's look at our country across the UK. We split it in half. So we look at Scotland, Northern Ireland, northern areas of England. White line here is where our temperatures should be. That's average. And it's cool. That's what you'll notice for the rest of the week, but milder into next week. Percentage chance of rainfall across the north of the UK. Well, we have the showers around today. Tomorrow looks drier with that colder weather around. And then the outlook is pretty much sunshine and showers as we head through the rest of the week into next week. Fortunes further south for England and Wales for the next 7 days. Again, today, temperatures sitting around average, but a noticeable drop and feeling cool for the rest of the week at the weekend, but milder by next week. But in the south, we have a bit of a transition. Yes, there's heavy showers around today, but the outlook from tomorrow onwards with the colder weather, it also turns drier. Good morning to you. Well, it's actually worth noting for the next few days, it's set to turn a lot colder in the UK. A widespread frost actually developing as we head through the coming nights. But today is one of sunshine and showers, most frequent across eastern areas, some gusty winds will turn to the north and then it turns colder. So here's how it looks right now in the latest. Welcome back to Good Morning Britain. Through the next few days, it is set to turn a lot colder. A northerly wind moves in and we start to see those temperatures fall. Today, fairly cloudy, some showers around, and turning colder in the north already. Now, this is how it looks right now in the latest radar image. Outbreaks of rain for northern areas of England and southern Scotland.
The kind of impact that this huge storm is going to have.
Yeah, so just a reminder, it is a Category 5. That is, as we've heard, a foot's worth of rainfall, winds of up to 200 miles an hour. But the storm surge is what's going to cause the most catastrophic damage. A wall of water being pushed up ahead of it. Now, forecasts along the whole coast of up to 3 feet. 3 feet is enough to start to move a car and knock you off your feet. But if we move our way up to what 5 or 6 foot of water would look like, that'll be inundating millions along the coast. That is enough to float cars around. You'll start to see the debris from the most recent hurricane moving through the waters. And then they are actually forecasting not just 10, maybe 15 feet of storm surge. That's an inundation of water from the sea moving inland, not just the immediate coast. That'll be moving 1 to 2 miles inland. Areas of Florida will be uninhabitable, not just for weeks, but maybe even months. So that is the most powerful hurricane that we have seen in that area for over 100 years. Good morning to you. Welcome back to Good Morning Britain. The weather for us is set to turn a lot colder as we head through the next 24 hours. Today is pretty cloudy. We've got rain and showers in the east, and the wind will make it feel chilly. Heaviest rain at the moment across the northeast of England, where the Met Office have just issued a warning for the risk of some localised flooding from this heavy rain today. It feeds in for most of the day. Outbreaks of rain towards the northwest of England. Scattered showers for central and eastern areas. Driest weather in the west. 18 mild in the south and the sunshine. Chilly in the north with a frost tonight.